Welcome to Now You're Cooking. I am Vera Ambrose, and today we have a very special guest, an old friend of ours, and he's going to show us some special items to do for the holidays. Since we so much moved away from the big dinners and now we're doing more of the appetizers, Chef Zachary Smith of the Bill of Fare is going to show us a few items that we can put on our grazing tables. So if you stay right with us, we'll be back, and he's going to show us these wonderful appetizers. Thanks for coming back. I'd like to introduce Chef Zachary Smith. Most of you already know him. He is our man from New Orleans, which you just came back from, huh?
Yes, I did.
And what were you down there for?
I was down in New Orleans for the Hot and Spicy Food Show, and I was displaying the blackening spice and the Chelsea spice.
Uh-huh. And you were kind of introducing them down there, or had they already seen your spices?
No, that was the first time they had seen them in that area, and they seemed to like it very well.
Yeah, you said they were hot, 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 huh?
Yeah, it was a hot, hot, hot show.
That's great.
A lot of hot sauces made with a habanero sauces with different type of fruit backgrounds, like habanero and mango, or habanero and banana, or habanero and carrots, or tomatoes. Some of them so hot you can only take a toothpick with.
Wow,
So,
that's incredible.
yeah.
So you're going to do a couple of appetizers for us here today?
Yeah, I thought since we were in the holiday season, I would do some appetizers for entertaining your guests, and, you know, try to come up with something a little different than the regular everyday appetizers, meatballs, and things like that.
Uh-huh. Now, do you do a lot of these when you, on your catering menus?
Sometimes I do. You know, sometimes what I try to do is to keep from getting bored with the catering, you know, I design menus for people according to their taste. I talk to them and see what they like to eat, and then find out what their taste buds are like, and then I go ahead and create, you know, special appetizers for them.
Right. Because I know a little bit, you know, with the catering, you got to kind of keep things a little generic because you have big crowds.
Right.
So you can't really get too hot or too spicy, or, but...
Yeah, you got to kind of have a nice balance. It's all right if you go hot, but then you have to have a few things in there that are not hot for the other people that don't like real hot.
Okay, so we have some exciting items that we're going to make, right?
Yes, we do.
Let's go.
Okay, first we're going to start with camembert, and you can also use brie. And what I'm going to do is cut it in half like a cake. And we're going to make a clementine cognac glaze to go on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're in season right now, clementines, they're very nice, they're seedless, and they're very enjoyable to eat. Okay, what I'm going to do is take the camembert and cut it.
Now we can do this also with a large brie for larger crowds, right?
Yes, we can do it with a large brie for crowds. I do a lot of things with brie and camembert. A lot of people are kind of amazed because they're used to just eating it on a cracker. So here's a new kind of way of serving it.
And look at that, it's beautifully ripened.
Yes, nice and ripened. It's been sitting at room temperature.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going to do is sprinkle a little soft herbs on it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a little clementine juice.
Uh-huh.
We just want a little bit in.
Okay.
Okay. And
so now this, which one is, this is your spices here?
Yeah,
this is the soft?
This is the soft herbs. This is all the delicate parsleys, chives, tarragon, dill, and a little bit of chervil.
Huh.
And it'll give it a nice, fresh,
soft flavor.
Soft flavor.
I like the names of your spices. They're like, I mean, you can feel them.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got that.
Okay.
This is going to be real. All of these things, I hope they're really simple. I'm going to slice the clementines.
And I'm sure the folks at home appreciate the simple ones just because the time constraints and you're always running at the last minute to get things together. Those oranges are beautiful.
Yeah. Well, these are clementine. These are seedless.
Yeah. Do you remember that song, Clementine?
Clementine,
oh,
my
darling. Can you sing that for us?
Sure.
Okay. Then we'll call him the singing traveling chef.
Okay. Here we go. What we're going to do is squeeze the juice out of them. You don't have to worry about a strainer because they don't have any seeds in them.
All right.
And I'll just put the juice in.
I mean, they are just incredibly. They smell wonderful. The color is just awesome.
This is the time of the year for clementines, and I usually buy them by the case. You can get a case for about $7 to $9, depending on what store you go into.
Uh-huh.
And actually, last year, I like to pop them in the freezer, and you can let them freeze and eat them like a creamsicle. They're really delicious. Once they freeze, just pull the skin off of them, and then they break down in sections, and they're really a nice alternative to eat rather than sweets.
Right. Now let me ask you, when you freeze them, basically you can just use them as a snack, or can you reuse them in the freezer?
Well, once you freeze them, then you want to eat them at a frozen state, you know, or just when they thaw out, because once they start breaking down, then it breaks up the membranes in the clementines, and the water releases.
But I guess we could still use them for cooking.
Oh yeah, you can use them for cooking. They'll still taste the same. It's just that the water will break down. Okay, let me do it.
Now I have one of those big industrial juicers, so I could just put them through, huh?
Mm-hmm. You can put it in an industrial juicer, or you saw how easy it was just to squeeze it like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
Okay, get the sparkly one. We don't want to add salt.
That's always a secret ingredient.
Yeah.
Sugar, a little bit of sugar and everything awakens the flavor.
Yep. So what we're going to do is put about a teaspoon in here.
Okay. Oh, no, just kidding. No, just kidding.
Whoops, got to start all over again. Okay. Okay, now we're going to let this cook down. This is unbelievably easy. What I'm going to do is pop the cheese in the oven, or you can leave it at room temperature for about an hour and let it ripen that way. So I'm going to pop it in the oven here for about, well, this is a microwave oven, but if you have a regular oven, heat it at 350. You can put it in there for about 5 minutes. Okay. Well, we're going to put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds.
Okay.
And then we'll just put some crackers on it. We're going to let this reduce down to a glaze. And then we're going to put a little booze. Grand Marnier cognac.
A good, or, I mean, a lot or a little? No.
A little. Okay.
It smells wonderful. Those little clementines really have the flavor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And it's a nice combination with the cognac and it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. You know, and sometimes I like using orange as a citrus rather than lemon. It's nice and mellow, gives you a natural sweetness. And in dressings, you can use it instead of adding a little sugar. You can just use the straight orange. Okay. And we just temper that, and you can see it just start to melt a little bit, and that's all we want, you know, because we want it to be nice and easy to spread.
Uh-huh.
And then this will hold all evening for you. And if you have any left over, you can put it in the refrigerator and heat it up the next day, or just eat it cold. Okay, we're going to let this cook down to almost like a natural syrup.
Okay.
And then we're going to add, at the last minute, we're going to add just a little bit of Grand Marnier. Excuse me, Remy Martin cognac, and just glaze it right on top. And if you want it to be a little bit more orangey, then you can add Grand Marnier or either Cointreau. Okay. Now I'm going to put a couple of crackers on it.
Okay.
And I think these are a little bit different than, you know, just a regular dip or a cheese spread.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here you got a nice classy cheese that you can serve.
Right. And it's a little different rather than the normal, you know, sometimes I do like the brown sugar with a brandy over the top and then put walnuts on it, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's nice, too. Okay, we're getting there.
But this has some nice color, especially for the holidays. You could, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to have a nice fragrance to it, too.
Mm-hmm. So now you said you were also out in California.
Yeah.
What were you doing out there?
Well, I was putting my spices in a store called Bristol Farms. They're one of the top stores in the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a fascinating store. It's about as big as a Farmer Jack's, but it's a specialty store like Merchant of Vino's here. And they only carry specialty products, no paper towel or anything, just all specialty products from all over the world. They have a sushi chef, pastry chef, and all this is just in the store. And then they also have a cooking school right in the store, and a cooking store where you can buy utensils. Now what I'm going to do is add a little cognac.
Okay.
Okay. You want to be careful because you don't want to...
Look out.
You don't want to...
Okay.
Okay. Just add about a half a shot.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll flame. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Glaze.
Oompa. Don't forget.
Oompa. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is burn the alcohol out of it.
Okay.
And let it reduce down. By the time the flame go out, it should be just perfect.
Now, is there any problem if someone they can't really have alcohol in serving this at a party, or we're going to burn most of it off?
Yeah, we're going to, well, and when you're using alcohol, you should burn all of the alcohol out of it, you know. You shouldn't taste alcohol. You should only taste the flavor of it.
Okay.
Okay. So if you taste the strength of the alcohol, then...
You didn't cook it long enough.
You didn't cook it. You didn't cook it long enough. Maybe you should add a couple of ice cubes and drink it.
That's a fine idea.
Okay. And we're getting there. And then also, if you don't have to add alcohol, you can just add the, just the section, the juice from the clementines.
Okay. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a quick little break here? When we come back, we'll just finish this off and do the other appetizers. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay. We'll be right back with Chef Zachary Smith of the Bill of Fare and his wonderful blended spices. Oh, so you came back to see Chef Zachary Smith's appetizers. Well, he's going to just put the... What are you going to do now, Chef?
I'm going to put the clementine glaze on top of the cheese.
And they came back just in time because it almost dried right up, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, this is actually perfect.
I know. That's the way you want it.
Just want it to be just a nice glaze, and then it's kind of firm up. And now you're all ready. You want to try some, or you want to wait?
Beautiful. Why don't we try them all at the end? How's that sound?
Okay, that's good.
Because then we can display them and... No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now...
All right.
What we're going to do next, we're going to do spicy green beans.
Okay.
Okay, and you can also do chicken. I have a recipe in my book that I'm working on, spicy green beans and chicken. But I thought I'd be a little different this time and just do just the green beans.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So what we're going to do, the green beans are already blanched off. And we're going to add a little olive oil to a hot pan.
Now, when is your book coming out? You
Well,
are busy. You
yeah.
never stop, do you?
No, I don't stop. Well, it's just about ready. You know, I haven't got a publisher yet. But I thought what I would do is just kind of put out a computer book. You know, I'm going to send it in and have it copyrighted. And then...
Now, computer book.
Well, just print it up on a...
Computer and...
On a computer and put a little cover on it, a fancy cover on it, and just sell it locally to, you know, Michigan people. And have it work like that.
Okay.
This is really simple. We just blanch the green beans, and then we're going to add just a little bit of soy sauce.
Okay.
And just a little blackening spice, because they're spicy green beans.
All right.
In the book, I have chicken with it, and this is a nice appetizer because it'll bring up a lot of conversation. People are not used to seeing green beans or vegetables like this.
Right.
And they can be served hot or they can be served cold. I preferably like to serve them cold. And they can pick them up with a toothpick.
Okay.
And it'll be a great conversational piece.
All right.
Okay. Now, also, there's a couple of ways we can handle this.
I'll take care of this one.
Thank you. Now what we're going to do is just cut a little star.
All right.
And I guess half of cooking is having fun displaying it. Okay.
I'll just turn this down a little bit. Is that okay?
Sure.
Now, you said these are going to be served cold?
Yeah, they can be served cold or warm.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to toss a couple of peppers in it just for a garnish.
Okay.
All right. And then what I'm going to do is sprinkle a little blackening spice in it.
Okay. Ooh, just
That's
a little, huh?
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, there we
I
go.
can feel the heat from here.
All right, and a little soy sauce.
All right. There's spices in here, that's for sure.
And that's it. That's it.
You know, sometimes you put them in and then you inhale them. It's like,
Yeah.
they're there.
They're there. Okay.
All right.
Now,
That's pretty.
and you probably won't see this every day. Nice little appetizer, nice and quick,
Yeah,
easy.
that's nice.
It's healthy. Then, you know, naturally, that's a lot of vegetarians and a lot of people starting to eat vegetables these days.
Right.
So this will take care of your vegetarian guests.
Okay.
And
Now, I know we said we're supposed to wait until the end to taste it, but I think I have to taste one.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay. Well, we're going to test your skills here.
Oh, you're going to... Oh, look what I brought.
Oh, you got your own? Well, that's cheating. Okay, here you go.
Okay. But this is, you know, this is...
Okay.
I went to Michigan State. I don't know. You know, if I had gone to U of M, I might have been able to do it. No.
Oh, there you go. Hey, perfect shot.
Mmm.
Okay. Now, we're going to do something else that's
Okay.
kind of quick, but takes a little time.
Okay. Let me set that over here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
What we're going to do is sauteed mushrooms. I have some large mushrooms.
Okay.
We'll get the pan nice and hot. So since these are large, I'm going to just cut them in half and put them right on in the pan.
Okay.
And we're going to saute them with a little garlic
All right.
and finish it with lemon juice instead of wine. And you can use red wine or white wine
Okay.
or whatever you like.
Yeah, that black spice has a little kick to it.
Yes. You can smell
I like
it.
that. Yeah.
And if you like it hotter, you can go hotter, or you can just use a tiny bit right there. Okay.
Yeah, tiny bit.
All right. Now, we're going to let that sear, put a
All
little olive oil in it.
Okay.
And then the last one, what we're going to do, we're going to do spicy chicken wings.
Okay.
Okay? We have them cut up here in drumettes.
All right.
And there's two ways you can do it. I use a little bit of oil, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of water. And to put in the marinade, it's roughly about a tablespoon.
Okay.
And we'll put roughly about a tablespoon of water.
Now, why
Okay.
water?
Well, water will help moisten the spices and spread it.
Okay.
And then today everyone's trying to cut down on the cholesterol. And you only need just a little oil to moisten the chicken anyway, because the chicken skin has a great amount of fat in it itself. Okay, and we're going to toss that. Okay, and then we'll use some of the Chelsea spice.
Now, what is the Chelsea exactly?
The Chelsea spice is a seasoned spice with no salt,
Okay.
pepper, sugar.
All
And what we're going to do is use that. And if you use a lot of it, it'll give you a nice spicy flavor.
Yeah,
So
you're serious.
Yeah, we're going to use a lot. This is,
About half a
it
cup.
will, yeah, it will get hot. Not hot like the blackening, but a nice sweet hot.
Okay. That smells wonderful.
Yeah. And you can do this the day before and marinate it.
Okay.
And it'll make its own crust. The water also will make the chicken a little crunchy.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we have that. And we're going to add just a dash of salt.
Okay.
Put a little bit of kosher salt in there.
We should probably hurry and get those in the oven, Chef.
Yeah. Well, I have some in the oven right now.
These mushrooms are starting to look good, too.
Okay. Okay, and that's that.
Okay.
And we'll put that on the side.
See, that's what's nice about your spices. You don't have to add a lot of other things. Like,
Oh.
it seems like you put your spice on, it's done,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
it.
nice.
You can just go ahead and put that on and you're done. And then, okay, now what we're going to do, so I have some chicken that we had cooked off previously.
Okay.
And then we're going to bring that out.
All right. Let's
Okay.
bring it out.
Okay. And,
Through the magic of television.
okay.
All right.
Hold that for me for a
I'll
second.
hold that.
That's hot.
Oh, careful. I moved the wrong hand, no?
Okay.
It was
All
the
right.
other hand that was hot.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
here we go.
beautiful.
This is how they look.
Okay.
Nice and flavorful. And we didn't use any flour, so they're nice and healthy.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can also do this with chicken breasts, but they sell a lot of chicken wings, so people like them.
It looks so nice. I mean, I love wings,
Mhm.
but I hate to say it, I'm getting tired of the wing being red hot sauce. So this
Right.
is kind of a nice alternative.
Oh, this is a nice flavorful one. It has a little kick to it, but
Good.
it's for everyone to enjoy. Okay. Looks like you've done that before.
Oh, once or twice, you know.
Okay, here we go. And if you want, you can
Beautiful.
squeeze a little lemon juice on the wings.
Okay.
But, okay. Now I'm going to put a little garlic in.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice.
Beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. I love that lemon and garlic combination.
Hey, and if you happen to have some Mediterranean magic herbs, which you happen to have
And
here.
you just happen to have them.
You just happen to have it.
Make sure you have them in your cupboard.
Yeah, just sprinkle a little bit on, and bang.
I like your little bits. They look like a lot of bits to me.
Okay. And then just let this cook for a little bit.
Okay.
And if you like them al dente, then they're ready now. And just let them cook for a few more minutes, and then we put them on a platter.
All right.
And you have 4 lovely appetizers.
I see that. So set this right here.
Okay. Go ahead and leave that there. Get another plate for the mushrooms.
Use because you can serve right in the pan as a little.
Yeah, it's a novelty. If you have a nice copper pan that you want to show off, or a nice cookware, you can leave them right in the pan and put a pan warmer. As a matter of fact, why don't we just do that?
Okay. While you're doing that, Chef, we're going to take a little break, but these appetizers are looking incredible.
Okay.
So when we come back, we're going to taste these. I can't wait. Come on back.
If you'd like a copy of today's recipe, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Now You're Cooking, 15200 Mercantile Drive, Dearborn, Michigan, 48120. Be sure to include the show number with your request.
Welcome back, and welcome to the party. Chef Zachary and I are just hanging out, having a little party, tasting the hors d'oeuvres. And so, I guess first we'll try the mushrooms.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And then you have cheese.
A little bit of the brie. Camembert, really, huh?
Camembert. And you can use brie if you like.
Let's see. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, I'll try one of the wings. Okay. And while I'm trying this wing, why don't you tell us just a little bit more about your spices, and where can they find them?
You can find them in, all of the top stores in Metro Detroit. You can find them at Western Market in Ferndale. All of the Merchant Avino stores have them. And Shopping Center, Vic's Markets. All of the upscale stores have them. But also, since 3 of them are Heart Smart and Healthy, I'm trying to get all of the stores to carry them, because I think it's a trend that our generation need to start using to eat, good eating habits. Start eating without salt, or adding the amount of salt that we want, rather than buying products that have 70, 80% salt.
Right.
Okay.
That's true.
And
see, again, beautiful color, beautiful presentation.
And it's
you too at home can do this, right?
Right. It's easy.
Good. And if they need to find your catering company, where might they find you?
You can look in the phone book under Chef Zachary Smith.
Okay.
And I'm listed in the Detroit.
Okay, so it's not under bill of fare.
It's not under bill of fare.
Zachary Smith.
It's under Zachary Smith.
Okay.
All right.
So, thank you so much for joining us, and they're just beautiful, and I can't wait to go home and make them, and it's just incredible.
All right.
Thanks,
thank you very much.
Appreciate it, and thanks for joining us, and for all of you at home, thank you for joining us.